Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa and I've got a really busy week ahead of me. It's a kit packing week. If you aren't familiar with my business, I have a subscription box business, so this week is just crazy for me and I'm talking between 16 and 18 hours a day working, so I have to be super organized around the house as I do have kids and a husband to look after as well. Now I'm going to be concentrating on the meal side of things this week, as it's always really important to me that we do have a healthy meal every single evening. I hate it when I haven't planned and my husband ends up running out to get takeaways, and I just feel like I've let the family down. Although for them they love it because they get a treat, but for me takeaways are treats and not something because I haven't been organized enough to prepare a meal. So I have to be super organized on these weeks. So I thought I would go through the week with you and you can just see how I meal plan, how I prepare my meals, so we all have something really nice and healthy every single day when I'm having a really busy week. I'm going to start off today. I am doing it's a Slimming World recipe, but you wouldn't think it's a slimming recipe. It's one that I do quite regular, and it's a Chinese sweet and sour. The actual recipe itself, I will be linking up recipes below if I am following a recipe, and it's a Slimming World recipe, but it's actually pork, but I'm using chicken. I'm not as so fussed by the meat, so I end up at the end adding lots of extra veg, and I tend to just have a little bit of chicken and more veg, but the boys like the chicken. So I will show you what my ingredients are. So these are my ingredients here: chicken, mange tout, but you can also use sugar snap peas, carrots, peppers, onion, chicken stock, pineapple in juice, cornflour, ketchup, Chinese 5-spice, and white wine vinegar and soy sauce as well. And I'm about to get all of this in the crock pot. I do love a crock pot meal. It makes me so happy. Like now, first thing in the morning when dinner's going in the oven, and then come 5 o'clock I just need to dish up. I'm just browning off the garlic, onions and peppers. Add the chicken. I've mixed everything together, including the juice from the pineapple tin. Dinner already smells amazing. I'm going to add the cornflour later just to thicken, and throw in the mange tout and the veg a bit later as well, as I don't want that going all really soft. And now I'm going to make a coffee and go back to work. It's now dinner time and the sweet and sour is ready. It smells amazing. I did add the cornflour a little while ago, and also the mange tout, which I've cut in half. And there it is, Chinese sweet and sour chicken with sticky rice. So tonight we are making something really yummy. We have no kids at home, so it's something we want to do, and I'm making quinoa stuffed mushrooms. I've got my quinoa and I've got my mushrooms. This is something super quick and easy. It's now just before 5 o'clock. I've been working all day and I plan to continue in the evening. I have hardly any time, so I'm literally going to throw this together really quickly. It's a really healthy meal. It is actually vegan, although I do smother it with cheese, but that's obviously up to you. We're not vegetarian or vegan, but this is a healthy meal and it's one I've been doing for years, and it's one of our favorites. We probably have this maybe twice a month, sometimes even 3 times a month. It's just the two of us. Neither of the kids like it, but we love it. Now I've got the quinoa going in a pan. If you haven't cooked quinoa before, it's so delicious. A lot of people say it has no flavour. You need to add the flavour to it. I've got it boiling away. It's one of those things. It's really good for allergies, I know, because it's also not like a carbohydrate. It's a superfood, like I said. It's just really good for you. I load it up with garlic. I'll show you actually what to do in a sec. I'll be doing that in a separate pan. I've got my mushrooms in here all washed, and I've taken out the centers, and I'm going to be adding all the quinoa stuffing to the top. I am now just making the stuffing. I've got the half an onion left over from yesterday. I've also got the pepper left over from yesterday, the orange pepper. I'm going to be dicing up that, and 2 very large cloves of garlic. I'm going to chop it up all really small and pop it in a pan with a little bit of oil. So I've got the quinoa boiling away, it just takes a few minutes. And then in this one I've got my red onions, I've got orange peppers, celery, and loads of garlic with a bit of oil. If I had fresh herbs, I would put them in there as well. I love usually using thyme, but I don't have any fresh thyme. I've used it all up. I've only got fresh coriander in at the moment, and I don't really fancy coriander with it. I'm now going to be in another dish. I'm going to be roasting off cherry tomatoes with more red onion and a courgette. Now I asked A to buy me a courgette. What is it with men and having to buy the largest they can find? He does this with bananas as well. The kids and I only tend to eat a small banana. I don't know whether I get the full fed up halfway through a great big banana. He will just find the biggest bananas he can find. So I'm probably only going to use maybe a third of this. My quinoa's done. It kind of goes like a transparent kind of thing when it's ready. And it's obviously softer. I'm going to drain that off, and that's going to go in with the chopped veg in a pan. I have a really thin like colander. Don't drain it through anything like spaghetti, colander, or anything too thick, because you will lose all your quinoa. And I'm going to add a parsnip in with the courgettes and the red onions as well. I think parsnips have to be one of my most favourite foods. My sister, who doesn't cook, she gave me a really good tip recently, and that's to keep the skins on the parsnips. Just give them a wash, and they go extra crispy. And the same with sweet potatoes. I never used to do that. I always used to skin them. So I'm just going to chop them up quite small because I don't want them to take too long. And they are going to roast off in the pan. I've got a drop of olive oil in there with the courgettes and the onions. And that's my tray of roasted veg, which is about to go in the oven with a bit of olive oil and salt and pepper. I've added the quinoa drained to the peppers, the onions, the celery and the garlic. Mix that up, and I'm going to pop that on top of the mushrooms. And I've seasoned it well as well. I've actually made quite a lot more quinoa than I usually do actually. The mushrooms are under there. I have filled that with quinoa. If you're a vegan, you can leave it like this and just bake it. We are not. I'm about to smother it with cheese. And I'm also going to be baking some cherry tomatoes just as they are. I will do them nearer the end because they won't take so long. So I've smothered the mushrooms in cheese and sprinkled over some sesame seeds, and I can bake them in the oven. I think they probably take about 15 minutes. I don't know. I don't usually time them, but the oven's on 200. So the mushrooms have been in the oven for about 25 minutes. Aid did actually pop on some blue cheese on the top. They've crisped up nicely. And the courgettes and the parsnips, they took a little bit longer. They were in for about half an hour. And the tomatoes, they just needed 15 minutes. And there we go with a bit of rocket, and we like to drizzle sweet chili sauce as well. Hello, it's Thursday, and I've got a couple of things to tell you. First off, I completely skipped yesterday. I was going to do this throughout my week of kit packing, and I just worked through yesterday. I didn't actually stop for dinner. I think I grabbed a piece of fruit around 11ish. Aid bought me an egg sandwich that he'd made at 3 o'clock, and I grabbed the leftover fries off Louie's plate, which was just a handful, about 8 o'clock, 8:30, and that was it. I started work at 7. I think I was at my desk just before 7, and I finished at 10:30, and I didn't stop. It was a really, really busy day. But good news, I've got the kits just finished, just out the door, and I'm now really, really hungry. So I want to make something really, really good. I was going to make chicken fajita pasta yesterday. I was going to share that with you. It's literally just a chicken fajita sauce with the chicken, obviously, onions and peppers mixed in with pasta and baked in the oven with cheese over the top. Tonight I am doing something really, really yummy. Are there any other Pioneer Woman fans out there? I absolutely love her recipes. I love her show, and I recently read this book of hers. It's about her life, and it's really, really good. Just how she met her husband and just how they started off married life together. At the back of the book there's some recipes, and I tried the chicken spaghetti after reading it, and it is one of the best things I've ever eaten. It was something that I think her mum used to cook when she was younger. I'm just finding the recipe now, and she mentions it in the book as well. It's so good. Chicken spaghetti. So if you Google Pioneer Woman chicken spaghetti casserole, but I will also link up below. It's really good and really quick and easy. So like right now I'm really hungry, I want something quick. I've put some spaghetti on to boil. I have actually changed the recipe up slightly, and hers, she does all the chicken from kind of scratch, makes her own stock. I've kind of like sped up the recipe slightly. So I've got here, this is actually defrosted turkey from Christmas. I've just shredded that, so it's all in like little shredded pieces. It's just the two of us eating tonight. Louis's been out, he's actually not got school this week, it's exams, so he's been out today, so he's not eating with us, so it's the ideal time to make something that he won't like. I've got spaghetti on for the two of us, that's cooking down, and it's kind of cut to like 2-inch pieces. I broke basically the pieces of spaghetti into 3. I've got a little dish, like pie type of dish, waiting. When I've done it for all of us before, I have actually used a proper casserole dish. I will also be mixing in when the spaghetti's done with mushroom soup and the turkey, but obviously you can use chicken or something and shred that down. I'm about to dice half a red pepper, and I've also got half a red onion that I'm going to do, and I'm going to grate loads and loads of cheese. All gets mixed up, goes in the dish with more cheese on the top and baked in the oven. It is amazing and one of those super cozy meals. It's really cold today. I ended up putting a cardi on inside. I feel really chilly. We had snow this morning, so it is one of those really yummy, like in a bowl type meals where you just feel really cozy. So I'm just waiting for the spaghetti to do. So I've mixed it all up, I've seasoned it, and I've added a tiny bit of cayenne pepper, and it's all gone in my dish, and I'm about to top it with more cheese. Now I have to confess, this is one of those meals when I'm making, I pick a lot. I pick at the onion, I pick at the cheese, I pick at the peppers. I've just scraped it into the dish, and I'm spooning out around the sides. I cannot get enough of this. It is so Moorish. I put about a cup of grated cheese into this dish. That was just for the two of us, and I've probably got about half a cup now going over the top. I like things really cheesy though. The stronger the better, the cheese for me. And that's with the cheese on top, and I'm going to stick this in the oven for about 180 until it goes brown. And the one thing I forgot to say, don't cook the spaghetti like you usually would. Do it so it is al dente, because you need to pop it back in the oven. You don't want it ending up being really sloppy. That's going to be in the oven probably for about 10 minutes or so. I had already heated it, and that just gives me time now to clear up. And I think somebody else likes this dish as well. She's trying to find all my cheesy crumbs. Can you find anything, Pops? And that is the finished dish. It's been in the oven for about 20 minutes. It's lovely bubbly and brown, and we are really hungry, and it smells amazing. I will leave the recipe below, the original recipe, so you can go and take a look and have a look how the Pioneer Woman does it. Obviously I've completely simplified the recipe. It's taken me less than half an hour to do. It's really nice and quick. But let me know, are you a Pioneer Woman fan as well? I would also love to know, what are your favorite go-to recipes or meals when you've got a really busy week or a busy day? We're going out tomorrow, and I'm going to stick jacket potatoes in the oven tomorrow. I'm going to finish up that turkey breast that's left over and do a Caesar salad to go with it, which is another really easy meal. So I would love to know, what are your go-to meals? Please leave your comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon. Please don't forget to subscribe if you don't already. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.